Days of Our Lives, spoilers note that November sweeps are just around the corner, and fans should expect some Halloween horror aftermath, complications that arise between some couples, and a feel-good family function turns into a farce. First things first, Halloween is always a frightful time in Salem. Between Marlena Evans' Queen of the Night dreams and a slasher loose, fans can anticipate the aftermath of the scariest night of the year to spill over during the first week of November sweeps month. Days spoilers suggest that someone unknown will pull out a knife and attempt to stab Kat Green during a Halloween party in Horton Square, so viewers need to brace for some drama and trauma. While Alex Kyriakis will push Kat out of the way and almost into Chad DiMera's arms, will the woman end up being okay? One thing is for sure, everyone will be shaken up by the ordeal. Plus, fans should expect Marlena to continue to reel with her nightmares. Will viewers get a devilish link that's unveiled with these dreams? Only time will tell. In other days November sweeps news, the Horton family will gather for the big unveiling of the Dr. Tom Horton Free Clinic. Major character returns include Will Horton, Eli Grant, Lonnie Price Grant, Marie Horton, Lucas Horton, and Mike Horton. In addition, non-Hortons, Sammy Brady, and Eric Brady will be back too. The gala event will be a part of the soap's 60th anniversary that takes place on November 8th, but it won't be all fun and celebration, since fans know that E.J. DiMera is just creating some smoke and mirrors with this project to deflect the dastardly lab research project he has going on with Gwen Rizchek. Gabby Hernandez may continue to bond with Philip Kyriakis, so will the vixen catch feelings? This might be the case. She initially became interested in Philip to spy on him and gather intel for Tony DiMera's takeover of Titan DiMera. Things will get complicated if Philip finds out Gabby was behind the bug in his office. Speaking of complicated, while Sarah Horton Kyriakis and Xander Kyriakis are enjoying a reunion, will it be short-lived? Xander is lying about his attack on Philip, and the only reason the two have come together is because Sarah believes it. With her growing closer to Brady Black recently, if Sarah finds out the truth, will she lean on him in November? Could these two navigate towards a romance? Days of Our Lives spoilers imply that November sweeps is the best time of the year for soap fans, and Salem is sure to bring on the heat, intrigue, and chaos. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, October 13th, imply that Holly Jonas will say goodbye to Salem, while Tate Black gets some interesting baby news, and Jennifer Horton Devereaux clashes with Chad DiMera. Dual spoilers tease that Holly will have a heartfelt goodbye with her grandmother, Maggie Kyriakis. Still, will she really leave Salem? Especially in light of Tate getting his life-changing news on Monday, which is not only that Sophia Choi's baby is Tesoro, but also that he's not the father of said baby. Brady Black will fill him in on the information he digested from Kayla Johnson and Sarah Horton Kyriakis during the Friday, October 10th show. So it'll be a massive relief to not only know the baby is okay, but that Tate is no longer tied to Sophia in any capacity. Plus, Ariana Ari Horton told Tate about Holly leaving for Paris, so there's a good chance he'll stop her. Across town, Rachel Black will be questioned by Marlena Evans. It sounds like the grandmother will catch wind that Rachel told Thomas DiMera about Kat Green. Rachel not only shocked Thomas by telling him that his dad, Chad DiMera, was dating Kat, but she also told him that Kat lied and pretended to be the boy's mom, Abigail DiMera, when she first came to town. Rachel flipped Thomas's world upside down, and this could have been avoided, so Marlena will question why Rachel decided to cause so much chaos in her friend and cousin's life. In related news, Days of Our Lives spoilers, E.J. DiMera will agree to a request from Kat. So what could this be about? Will Kat tell him about her breakup with Chad? Lastly, Chad and his mother-in-law, Jennifer, will get into a heated argument, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what they'll be fighting about. Jennifer couldn't stand the idea that Chad befriended Kat, but knowing that he was romantically involved with the woman who caused her family so much sadness has caused the woman to lose her mind. Jennifer is generally a forgiving person, but she can't seem to let go of her anger in this circumstance. Days of Our Lives spoilers tease an explosive episode on Monday, so fans will need to tune into the Peacock soap to catch all the drama. Days of Our Lives preview for the week of October 13th notes that Tate Black will stop Holly Jonas from leaving Salem, while Alex Kyriakis warns Jeremy Horton, and Thomas DiMera makes a threat. The Peacock soap just released its preview, and next week will be jam-packed with plenty of drama, so it's time to talk about what's set to unravel. The Days promo opens with Thomas and Rachel Black sitting in his room as he asks his cousin how he makes sure his dad, Chad DiMera, stays broken up from Cat Green. Rachel has a smug look on her face as she states, "That it's easy." Then, the scenes shift to show a distraught Cat and a sad-looking Chad, as a clip is shown of Thomas saying that as long as Cat is in Salem, he won't be. It looks like Thomas is pulling out all the stops with this threat, but will Cat oblige, or will Thomas move to Boston with his grandparents, Jennifer Horton Devereaux and Jack Devereaux? As the preview progresses, Holly is shown at the airport as she bids adieu to Salem. Tate can be heard frantically calling her name across the airport, as the next scene shows him telling her that, "The baby is not mine!" Tate holds Holly's face in his hands as he begs her not to get on that plane. Will she decide to go to Paris or stay in Salem? Across town, Alex will introduce himself to Jeremy, who is sitting at Brady's pub. Alex tells Jeremy that he's Stephanie Johnson's boyfriend, and to stay the heck away from her. Alex gets right in Jeremy's face when he does so, as a clip of a concerned Stephanie flashes across the screen. Next, Tony DiMera is shown with Theo Carver, as a concerned Gabby Hernandez looks on. Theo states that he'll be working for DiMera Enterprises now, as Abe Carver declares, "You most certainly will not." As the promo wraps up, EJ DiMera is sitting at his desk as he tells someone that he's happy with the clinic's progress. Meanwhile, Kat is sneaking into the lab, which is still under construction, and she starts taking photos. EJ goes on to say that once construction of the lab is complete, it will be impenetrable. Days of Our Lives spoilers note that the week of October 13th will bring some chaos, ISA spy action, family feuds, and a little romance, so fans won't want to miss a single episode. Last week, Days of Our Lives Friday episode ended with Brady and others finally realizing that Tate was not the father of Sophia's baby. Not only that, but Sophia's schemes against Holly, Chanel, and Johnny all came out as well. The young woman clearly will have a lot of explaining to do this week, including answering the question, who is Tesoro's father? Also coming up, Theo'S making big moves. Thomas gets some advice on how to break couples up, and EJ seems to be up to no good once again. Little Thomas teams up with his scheming cousin Rachel to keep his dad and Kat apart. Apparently, following Rachel's suggestion, the boy announces that as long as Kat's in Salem, he won't be. Is he threatening to leave with Grandma Jennifer and Grandpa Jack? And will Chad bow to pressure from his son and break up with Kat? Just as Holly was about to say, "So long, Salem," Tate stops her before she can board a plane to Paris and breaks the news. "I'm not the father of Sophia's baby." But will it be enough to keep her in town and reunite her with Tate? Or has there been just too much pain between these two? Alex introduces himself to Jeremy Horton and then issues him a warning. Stay the hell away from his girlfriend. Jeremy claims he was in a dark place before when he was an abusive boyfriend to Stephanie, and that he's changed. But has he? Gabby gets thrown for a loop by Tony's news. Theo's coming to work at DiMera. Perhaps she should have gotten that CEO job offer in writing. Of course, when Abe learns of his son's plans, he absolutely forbids it. Something tells us that Theo won't be abiding by his father's wishes. Finally, as EJ brags about the construction of a new clinic with an impenetrable lab, Kat breaks in and takes photos of the space, likely to turn over to Rafe and the ISA. What's so special about this lab? Is it Dr. Rolf's future home? Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Sarah Kyriakis jumped to the wrong confusion when she confronted Sophia Choi about her baby. Sarah knows that Tate Black is not related to that child. Sophia has claimed that Tate Black was the father of her child the whole time. We know this baby isn't Tate's, but what if it isn't Sarah's either? Fans know that Sophia had her child alone at home and wrapped the child up, saying she was going to leave him at the firehouse. Afterwards, Sophia went back home, cleaned her room, and donned a fake belly to pretend to be pregnant for days until she lied about having her child in Chicago. What if someone saw this and managed to grab Sophia's baby? Could Tesoro be someone else's child? Suppose two babies were dropped off and one of the mothers changed her mind, but the bracelets given to the infants were mixed up. Someone else may have accidentally been given Sophia's child instead of their own. Perhaps that kids were so similar that it was hard to tell the difference. Could this child test to not be Sophia's either? Spoilers suggest that Sophia will eventually end up in jail, but what will she be jailed for? Could Sophia be accused of getting rid of her child since this baby isn't hers? Sarah doesn't believe Sophia's story and may test that baby to make sure the Sophia didn't harm her child. Will this DNA test put Sophia in much hotter water than she is already in? Did Sophia do the right thing only to learn that her child ended up with someone else? Will Sophia's child ever be found? Remember, Sophia has everyone convinced that her child was a girl except Sarah, who knows it was a boy. Will Rafe Hernandez do another DNA test proving that this child isn't hers? Sophia Choi refuses to admit that someone else could be the father of her child. Sarah tried to figure out who the possible father could be because she knows it is not Tate. 2 tests have proven that. Who is the father if Tate isn't? Aaron Carter is the only other guy we have seen Sophia around. Does the child belong to Aaron, or is there someone else? Let's be honest, Melinda Trask has been known to do some pretty sick things, and she was involved with Sophia. What if Melinda has switched the babies without telling Sophia? Could Melinda know the truth about the baby? Is Tesoro really Sophia's baby, or does he belong to someone else? What happens if DNA proves that this child is not hers? Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, October 13th. Note some major bombshells on the horizon. 2 loved ones share a heartfelt goodbye, while a character gets life-changing news, and 2 family members clash. Find out what's set to unravel on Monday's show below. But will she really? Days of Our Lives, Theo'S. Spoilers for Monday, October 13th indicates that Holly Jonas will share a heartfelt goodbye with her grandmother, Maggie Kyriakis. Is Holly truly exiting the canvas? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, Brady Black will share some life-changing news with Tate Black. The young man will be relieved to find out that he's not the father of Sophia Choi's baby. Not so much because of responsibility, but certainly because of the heartache he felt not knowing what happened to his child. Plus, knowing little Tesoro is Sophia's baby will be a relief too, since the newborn has been taken care of so well by the Hernandez family. Read this. Days of Our Lives Weekly Spoilers. Oct 13 to 17. Sophia's meltdown, Gabby and Philip's unexpected connection, and a couple's therapy catastrophe. Of course. Marlena will find out that Rachel spilled the beans to Thomas DiMera about Cat Green, and the grandmother might be a little frustrated as to why Rachel did that, especially since they had a conversation about her keeping that to herself. Speaking of Cat, her new boss, EJ DiMera, will agree to a request. What could this be about? Finally, Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday hint that Chad DiMera will clash with his mother-in-law, Jennifer Horton Devereaux. It's likely this is about Kat and how Chad dated her for a minute. So will this end on a bad note? Or can they smooth this disagreement over? What storyline are you most looking forward to during Monday's show? Share your thoughts. Here is your Days of Our Lives spoiler sneak peek video for the week of October 13th, 2025. After Brady gives Tate the big news that he is not the father of Sophia's baby after all, Tate knows he has to stop Holly from getting on that plane to France. Tate tracks Holly down at the airport and tells her the truth about Sophia and all her lies. Will this prompt Holly to stay in Salem, or does she still feel she needs some sort of break from the drama? Nicole will certainly be disappointed if Holly doesn't get on that plane. If Holly does decide to stay in Salem, will she try to get back at Sophia for every horrible thing she has done to her over the last year? Now that the DiMera clan owns DiMera Enterprises again, Tony gives Gabby the bad news. She is not going to be DiMera CEO because he wants Theo Carver to join the family company. But does he want him to actually run the company? Gabby is incensed, to say the least, but someone else is also angry. When Abe hears that Theo is going to work for his grandfather's company, he tells him it will only happen over his dead body. Abe has never wanted his son to be deeply involved with his mother's side of the family, and all the crazy things they get into. Thomas is pleased that Chad broke up with Kat, but he needs to find a way to keep them apart. Rachel comes up with a plan she thinks is foolproof, but like most things with Rachel, it could be dangerous. Meanwhile, EJ is still up to no good at the hospital. Although heartbroken, Kat throws herself into her ISO work and manages to get into the new lab in the hospital basement. She uses the hole in the wall that Leo created and starts snapping pics. What will she find? Days of Our Lives is pensive, as Tate Black is heartbroken after Holly Jonas dumped him due to a misunderstanding. Holly believes Tate slept with Sophia Choi, and that they are reconciling, leading her to plan a departure from Salem. Tate is in a race against time to stop Holly, who has packed her bags and has a plane ticket, from leaving. He made a significant mistake by kissing Sophia, although he claims it was an attempt to get the truth about the baby. Sophia, however, misled Holly into believing they had slept together. This misunderstanding, coupled with the dorm fire and seeing Tate and Sophia smiling at each other, became the breaking point for Holly. Upset by the recent events, Holly has decided to move to Paris to live with her mother, Nicole Walker, and stepfather, Eric Brady. She has been accepted into the prestigious Sorbonne University. Holly has confided in her grandmother, Maggie Horton Kyriakis, and sworn Ariana Horton to secrecy about her plans to move to France. Unbeknownst to Tate, Sophia was never pregnant with his baby. The reveal that Aaron Green is the father is still anticipated. Currently, only Sarah Horton and Sophia are aware of this truth. And even Sarah is skeptical about Tesoro being Sophia's baby. Sarah has agreed to a DNA test. But even if Tesoro is confirmed as the father, Dr. Sarah Horton cannot disclose this to Tate. Tate remains unaware that Holly is leaving the country and that she believes he slept with Sophia. He is on the verge of losing Holly and still lacks closure regarding the baby he thought he lost. The question remains whether Ariana will reveal Holly's departure to Tate before she leaves for the airport. Spoilers indicate that Ariana will have an update for Tate on Friday, coinciding with Holly's planned departure. While Tate's kiss with Sophia was a mistake, he has been dumped and hasn't received the information he needs. Holly has been patient and forgiving, but Tate's recent actions were a step too far on Days of Our Lives. Holly has been humiliated by racy texts sent from her phone to Johnny DeMera and the dorm room fire, both orchestrated by Sophia. Sophia's plan appears to be working, leading Holly to believe that a fresh start in Paris is her best option. Sophia believes she will get everything she wants, but Holly needs the baby mama drama in Tate's life to end. Ariana may decide to tell Tate that Holly is leaving town, potentially betraying her trust. If Sophia lets something slip, or if Ari finds out from Johnny and Chanel Dupree that Sophia used Holly's phone for the texts, Ari might feel compelled to break her promise. Knowing that Tate and Holly love each other and need to clear the air, Ari might intervene. In a dramatic cliffhanger, Tate might race to the airport to stop Holly from leaving, possibly in the final moments of the week's episode or the next. If Tate discovers he never got Sophia pregnant and that she set Holly up, Holly would want to know. Tate also needs to clarify that he only kissed Sophia, not slept with her. Many fans believe Tate is naive for believing Sophia, and that he inherited this trait from his father, Brady Black. With another DNA test pending, the truth about the baby's paternity will soon be revealed. Once Sophia's lies are exposed, Tate and Holly could reconcile and potentially become the next Salem super couple, given their twin flame vibe and shared experiences. With Maggie, Sarah, and Ariana hoping Holly stays in Salem, Tate might find out about her departure and race to stop her before she boards her flight to France, hoping for a grand romantic gesture. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, October 13th, reveal that Tate Black is in for a shock. Meanwhile, Holly Jonas says her goodbyes. Marlena Evans questions Rachel Black and more. Read on for Soap Opera News' full breakdown of what's coming up. Brady's hunt for the truth has finally paid off, and the news he has for Tate is nothing short of life-changing. After weeks of suspicion, Brady had a gut feeling Sophia wasn't being completely honest about her baby. And it turns out he was absolutely right. Sophia lied about the sex of the baby, she lied about giving the child up for adoption in Chicago, and, perhaps the biggest shock of all, she lied about who the father is. Brady recently got his hands on not one, not two, but 3 DNA tests. The first proved Tate wasn't the father. The second confirmed it. And the third test revealed Sophia is the biological mother, meaning there's no doubt now. Tate is not the father of Sophia's baby, despite her string of lies. Armed with the truth, Brady doesn't hold back. He tells Tate everything, setting the stage for a major emotional fallout. Meanwhile, over at the Kyriakis mansion, it's a bittersweet goodbye as Holly prepares to leave Salem. She's heading to Paris, feeling like there's nothing left for her in town. Her relationship with Tate is on the rocks. She's being framed by Sophia, and she's just over it. But will she really go through with it? Elsewhere, Chad and Jennifer clash, and it looks like it's all about one person, Kat Green. Despite several family members raising red flags about Kat, Chad still decided to date her, and Jennifer is not having it. Their argument escalates quickly. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think Brady, Chanel, and Johnny can figure it out? Sound off in the comments, and don't miss more Duel spoilers coming soon. Don't forget, new episodes stream weekdays exclusively on Peacock. Days spoilers for Octo 10 reveal that Brady, Chanel, and Johnny discuss Sophia. Meanwhile, Sarah confides in Kayla, Holly prepares for a trip, and more. After her recent chat with Sophia, Sarah confides in Kayla. It's possible she will let her in on what she found out. Next week on Days of Our Lives, spoilers reveal that love is tested, alliances shift, and the fallout hits hard. Nothing goes according to plan in Salem. Here's what's coming up on Days from October 13th to 17. Coming up on Days of Our Lives, it looks like Thomas DeMera may have found himself a little partner in crime. He's definitely not thrilled that his dad, Chad, was dating Kat. And now that Chad's finally broken things off, Thomas is determined to make sure the breakup sticks. He may not have a plan yet, but someone else does. Enter Rachel. With a mischievous mind, she simply says, "That's easy." Uh-oh. Meanwhile, Thomas makes his feelings crystal clear. As long as Kat's still in Salem, he won't be. Could this be a goodbye? Or just the beginning of a bigger plan? Speaking of goodbyes, Holly has packed her bags and is ready to leave Salem behind for a new life in Paris. But just as she's about to take off, Tate rushes to the airport. Yes, to stop her, but also to deliver a game-changing truth. He's not the father of Sophia's baby. So what does that mean for Holly and Tate? Could this be the reunion fans have been hoping for? Elsewhere in Salem, things get tense, very tense, when Alex Kyriakis runs into Jeremy Horton at the Brady pub. After introducing himself, Alex doesn't waste time making his point that he's Stephanie Johnson's boyfriend. He then warns Jeremy, "Stay the hell away from her." Message received. Meanwhile, Theo stirs up trouble of his own when he announces he's accepted a position at DeMera Enterprises. Abe doesn't take the news well. In fact, he shuts it down fast. "You most certainly will not," he tells Theo, making it clear that he doesn't want him working there. And finally, EJ is all smiles about the progress at the clinic, saying once construction is finished, the lab will be completely impenetrable. But just as he says that, we see Kat slipping into the facility and snapping photos on her phone. Uh-oh. Someone's playing a dangerous game. When Cherie Jimenez took on the role of Gabby Hernandez on Days of Our Lives, she stepped into more than just a storyline. She stepped into a legacy. Soap opera news caught up with her to talk all things Salem, from fiery romances to bold schemes and everything in between. Now more than a year into the role, Cherie has brought fresh energy and her own unique spark to the beloved character. In this exclusive feature, she reflects on the journey so far, teases what's ahead, and shares the personal touches that help bring Gabby to life. Cherie opened up about her experience stepping into the iconic role of Gabby Hernandez. "It has been an incredible journey so far, and I'm always so grateful to step on set and go on this wild ride with Gabby," she says. "She is such a layered, fierce, and beloved character. She's unapologetically herself, and I just love playing her so much." We all know stepping into a role as a recast isn't easy, but when it comes to those first show nerves, Cherie puts it like this: There were definitely nerves stepping into her shoes, as well as excitement, of course. The fan base is incredibly passionate, and I quickly learned that Gabby means a lot to so many people, so I wanted to do her justice while also finding my own rhythm with her. I truly believe I have made Gabby my own, and love all the support I've been receiving from all the amazing fans. This kind of role on an iconic show is a gift for an actor. It's been a whirlwind year of breakups, betrayal, unexpected kisses, and shocking twists. Gabby's been navigating some seriously messy waters, especially in the romance department, and you know we had to ask about that. Gabby has most definitely been on quite a roller coaster of love. Each man has brought something different and exciting to her life. After Stefan's exit, she's been living in heartbreak, Cherie shares. With JJ, it's unfortunate because they really were heading in a great direction, and I totally thought Gabby would end up with JJ. But the accusations derailed the relationship. She's hurt, and is definitely still holding a grudge over it, but I think she needs to eventually forgive JJ in order to move forward. She continued, with Xander, it's been an unexpected friendship. He was there for her throughout Ari's kidnapping, so that means something to her. And with Philip, well, he's handsome, great in bed, and they're starting to connect on a more personal level. Their connection is an unexpected one for me that I love. Excited to see how the fans respond to it. However, at the end of the day, what Gabby really wants is to fall madly, deeply in love. One particularly bold move Gabby made recently was planting a bug in Xander's office, all so she could get the CEO position as Tony promised. Ah, I know! I loved it! I love that Gabby took it into her own hands and decided to plant the bug, Cherie says. I've learned that Gabby will stop at nothing to get what she wants. I'm not saying I agree with her decisions, but I respect the hustle and perseverance to get what she wants. This entire storyline has been so much fun for me. Every time I'd get a new script, I'd get even more excited and love the direction the writers have chosen to take it. Also, getting to consistently work with Paul, JP, and Theo has been a gift. They are all such incredible actors and so much fun to work with. Now that Gabby knows the truth about the forged letter, the game has changed. She's definitely using the intel to her advantage. She's choosing to screw them over despite any feelings she has for them. At the end of the day, business is business. Gabby does what's best for Gabby. Also, don't forget that they refused to give her back Gabby Chic when they took over Dimera. So this has been a long time coming. It's Salem, so she will definitely get caught at some point. Definitely lots of twists and turns coming up. I'm really excited for the fans to see how it all unfolds. And naturally, no storyline is complete without some classic Dimera family politics. Gabby's betting big on her deal with Tony, but she should know better than to trust a Dimera fully, after all. She was married to one. She's starting to get worried, and I think she's starting to catch on that Tony isn't being completely honest. But because of all the work she's already put in, and the ironclad contract she signed, she believes it's all going to work out, and that CEO position will be hers once again. Silly Gabby to think she could trust a Dimera. Knowing Gabby, she definitely has a backup plan. However, will she be able to pivot? She's not one to back down. I love that about her. But at the end of the day, she's dealing with a Dimera. So, I guess only time will tell. Another huge development? Gabby is now a mom to a grown daughter, Ari, played by Days newcomer Marissa Reyes. And it's a storyline that Cherie feels incredibly close to. It fills my heart with so much love to talk about Marissa and what Ari means to Gabby. It has truly been my favorite part of being Gabby. I was so happy to hear she was coming to Salem, and to get to explore that part of Gabby's life, Cherie notes. Since the first day I met Marissa, we connected instantly, and it's been so wonderful to see our relationship grow on screen. We have such great mother-daughter chemistry, and I believe that our incredibly close relationship outside of Salem has allowed for something beautiful and organic to play. She added, Marissa is an absolute gem, so talented and truly special. I feel so blessed that she's come into my life. It's a forever thing with us. I love her so much. As a mother myself, having that extra layer added has brought out this nurturing side of Gabby I think everyone will love. With the exciting news that Days has been renewed for 2 more seasons, Cherie is all in, and that means more sands in the hourglass for her. Yay! Thank you so much! 2 more years. I am so happy for us. To be part of history is a gift. We celebrate 60 years this year, and I just feel so honored to be part of this wonderful family. Oh, and I am just getting started, so yes, to more Gabby. As for what's next for Gabby, Cherie teases that fans should be ready for the unexpected. Let's just say Gabby's about to shake things up in a big way, she revealed. There are lots of twists coming that will test her loyalties, spark some fiery confrontations, and maybe even surprise her when it comes to matters of the heart. Fans should definitely buckle up because Gabby's next chapter is going to be quite the roller coaster ride. When it comes to dream roles within the Days universe, Cherie has a playful pick. I would love to play Leo Stark for a day. First off, I love Greg. He is just so talented and one of my favorites to work with. I love the Gabby and Leo dynamic. He brings humor and unpredictability to every scene. He knows how to make an entrance. Greg also has these amazing off-the-wall monologues that he delivers with this wit and charm so effortlessly. When asked what she would do if she had a shot at writing her own storyline, "Oh, what a great question! So many possibilities." Well, one thing for sure is, I want to be part of an iconic super couple. I love the super couples from the past, so I definitely want to bring that into the canvas for Gabby's future. I'd love for Gabby to make it to the altar and have Stefan show up to try to stop the wedding. Love triangle. Maybe add another Hernandez family member into the mix. I think the dynamic of her father resurfacing would make for some interesting storylines. Definitely want Gabby to have more female friendships. Gabby could fully embrace her darker side and build her own empire, outside the Damaras. Maybe she launches a rival dynasty with underground ties. She'd become Salim's female Stefano-type figure, but more modern, glamorous, and ruthless when necessary. And before each shoot, Cherie has a few personal rituals to help her step fully into Gabby mode. I always begin each workday by expressing gratitude that I get to do what I love. I take a few deep breaths to center myself and get grounded for the day. Music also plays a big part for me. I've created different playlists depending on my mood, which helps me tap into wherever Gabby's at emotionally. And of course, I have my now infamous outfit check selfies and videos to show off Gabby's incredible wardrobe, hair, and makeup, thanks to my dream team. What started as something I sent just to my mom turned into something she encouraged me to share with the fans. So now it's become my little tradition. So, who do you want to see Gabby with next on Days of Our Lives? Should Eduardo Hernandez return? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're listening. Days of Our Lives spoilers for October 13th, 17th, 2025 tease Sophia's baby secret crumbling after half of Salem began putting the pieces together. Thomas confronted Chad about his relationship with Kat. Kat and Rafe discussed their next step to take down EJ. When Jeremy showed up at Stephanie's door, he revealed he knows she's Anastasia Sands. Jennifer got back to Salem and reunited with Steve and Kayla. Later, she walked in on Thomas yelling at Chad and learned he's dating Kat. Steve asked Rafe to investigate Jeremy. JJ resigned from the force and explained what happened with Theo, but Jada assured him he's a good cop. Ari tried reassuring Holly that everything would work out. Later, Ari met and bonded with Theo. When Johnny asked Holly to come over, he showed her the provocative photos, and she admitted she didn't remember taking or sending them. Later, Johnny realized the photos were sent while Holly was in the hospital without her phone. Sophia told Tate that Holly is seeing Johnny. When Holly saw Tate with Sophia, she called her mom and decided to live with her in Paris. Holly told Ari she's dropping out of Salem U and admitted she sexted Johnny. Sarah demanded answers from Sophia about her baby, and Sophia realized Tate isn't the father. Xander, Philip, and Maggie arrived at the Dimera mansion to discuss the companies with Tony. Johnny realized Sophia must be behind the sexting and the letter. JJ thought back to the emotional toll shooting Theo took on him. Jennifer reminisced with Jack and Julie about her 40 years in Salem. Chad promised Thomas he would make things right, so he broke things off with Kat. Thomas found out Jennifer once lived with her grandparents, so he asked if he could live with her and Jack. Leo and Javi ran into Johnny and Chanel in the square while out with Tesoro, and Chanel got upset and took off. Later, they compared notes with Brady about Sophia. Johnny and Chanel revealed to Holly that she may have been set up by Sophia. Sarah confided in Kayla about Sophia's lies. Despite promising Holly she wouldn't say anything, Ari told Tate that Holly was leaving Salem. Brady stole Sophia's work apron to run a DNA test, but Sarah told him they're already running the test. 1225, Monday, October 13th, 2025. Holly and Maggie face a heartfelt parting. Brady shares life-changing news with Tate. Marlena questions Rachel. EJ agrees to Kat's request. Chad and Jennifer clash. 1226, Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Belle worries about Marlena. Susan urges EJ to have patience. Theo shocks Abe. Xander apologizes to Sarah. Tony pulls the rug out from under Gabby. Mahanti Finitu 27, Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. Holly and Ari are reunited. Tate makes Aaron anxious. Sophia confesses to Melinda. Johnny and Chanel worry. Theo gets support from Paulina, but not from Abe. Wawan Fin 228. Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Kat shares her concerns with Rafe. Jeremy advises Chad. Leo confronts EJ. Alex and Stephanie celebrate. 1229. Friday, October 17th, 2025. Tate and Holly team up. Brady and Johnny touch base regarding Sophia. Steve and Kayla enjoy a day off together. Stephanie and Alex come up with a plan. Mikal Rourke reverently took over the role of Jeremy Horton on Days of Our Lives. Jeremy Horton, a legacy member of Salem's famous Horton family, has had his share of ups and downs over the years. Now the character is getting a fresh new chapter as Michael Rourke steps into the role. With Rourke's dynamic presence, fans can expect Jeremy's return to shake things up in true Days of Our Lives fashion. Jeremy Horton first appeared on Days of Our Lives in 1989 when his mother, Robin Jacobs, revealed to Mike Horton that she'd had his child while living in Israel. The family soon returned overseas, and Mike later joined them. In 2007, Jeremy came back to Salem, dating Stephanie Johnson and partnering with Jet Carver, Abe's nephew, and Chelsea Brady on a luxury charter business flying from Salem to Las Vegas. When funding fell through, Max Brady invested, unaware that Jeremy was secretly selling fake designer clothes on the side. Steve Johnson's background check exposed Jeremy's criminal record, but worse secrets followed. He was tied to a human trafficking ring smuggling women from Eastern Europe to Vegas. Jet was actually an undercover ISA agent, and when the operation was exposed, Jeremy fled town instead of surrendering. Jeremy made his re-entrance into Salem on October 3rd in the form of actor Michael Rourke. He shared his first scenes with his cousin Julie, who was very happy to see him, and Chad. Jeremy revealed that he recently hit a major crossroads in his life and decided to take a surprising new path. After earning his teaching certification, he returned to the classroom, stepping in as a long-term 5th-grade substitute teacher for none other than Thomas and Rachel. It's a fresh new chapter for Jeremy, but he quickly leaves to run an errand. That errand was stopping for flowers and heading straight to his ex Stephanie's apartment. She had just been talking about Jeremy to her current beau, Alex, who offered his unwavering support. After he leaves, Stephanie hears a knock at the door and is surprised to see Jeremy on the other side. She reluctantly lets him in because he wants to clear the air. Despite Stephanie's best efforts to keep the past firmly in the rearview, Jeremy manages to talk his way in, begging for just a few minutes of her time. Once inside, he starts by congratulating her on her success as Anastasia Sands, before quickly shifting gears to admit his deep regrets about how he treated her in the past. Jeremy explains that he knew word of his return would reach her eventually, so he wanted to set the record straight, promising he'll stay out of her life and that she has nothing to worry about. One thing is for sure, he will be in front and center with the gala honoring his great-grandfather, Tom Horton. The gala will bring back several Hortons to the canvas, including Jeremy's father, Mike. Michael Rourke is familiar to soap fans for his portrayal of Travis Crawford on Y&R in 2016. He was a likable actor in a role that lasted only 8 months. Rourke went on to do film and television roles, but is now back in the world of soaps. There has been so much time that has gone by since Donovan left the show, and Rourke came on board that fans should not have a hard time adjusting to the new Jeremy. I, for one, am excited to see the Alex/Stephanie Jeremy scenes, because Alex was already ready to defend his girlfriend. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest heartbreak for fans hoping for a Xander and Sarah reunion. In a candid chat, Paul Telfer revealed that the couple's future depends on growth, healing, and emotional maturity. Their story remains unfinished, but not without hope. Paul Telfer admitted that while fans crave a Xander and Sarah reunion, it's not time yet. According to him, their love story needs emotional depth and accountability. Xander's old habits and Sarah's hurt still linger, creating a wall neither can climb right now. He explained that reconciliation can't happen unless both characters evolve. They've shared lies, betrayal, and violent impulses that broke their trust. Until those wounds heal, Paul believes any reunion would collapse again. For now, it's about growth, not romance. Telfer also reflected on what he learned from soap legends like John Aniston and Drake Hogestyn. Their wisdom shaped his journey on Days of Our Lives. John taught him presence and restraint, while Drake showed him the importance of humility and work ethic. He joked that new actors don't get noticed until they've lasted 5 years on the show. Yet now, he understands that patience is part of the process. When someone says you'll be back, it means they believe in your talent, he said warmly. Interestingly, Paul once disliked working with children, but has since changed his tune. The young actors playing Xander's daughter, Victoria, have brought out his playful side. They've made filming feel lighter and his on-screen connection more genuine. He credits his chemistry with Lindsay Godfrey for helping those scenes shine. She grounds the performance, while he brings humor and ease. Together, they create the kind of emotional realism that keeps fans rooting for Xander and Sarah's family to heal. Paul Telfer's insights prove that love on Days of Our Lives isn't simple. It's earned. While Xander and Sarah's reunion waits, their journey toward healing continues. Stay tuned for more Days of Our Lives spoilers and updates, only on Soap Opera Daily.